Catching Lightning in a Bottle by Peter Filler. Prelude. Ronnie and Tornado might seem like any other girl and horse living in Tomball, Texas. But what makes them different, what sets them apart, isn't just talent, it's the people around them. People who believe in them, people who push them, challenge them, and light a fire inside them that neither even knew existed. There's Bobby Weir, a quiet, hardened jockey with wavy, long black hair, brown eyes, a past full of bruises, some on the outside, some deeper. He was hired to race for a man named Jerry Garcia, but after a brush with death, Bobby's perspective shifted. The wins didn't matter like they used to. Purpose did. And when he saw Ronnie riding for the first time, rough around the edges but fearless, he knew this was where he was meant to be. Not in the saddle, but beside it, teaching her, guiding her. Then there's Phil Lesh, a retired horse trainer with long brown hair, brown eyes, and eyeglasses, who sees things others don't. He doesn't believe in breaking horses. He believes in understanding them. That's why he noticed a spark between Tornado and an unusually spirited lamb named Lonnie. He leaned into it. While others laughed, Phil worked with them, coaxed greatness out of that bond, built a team around trust, not tradition. Ronnie Garcia was young with long black hair and brown eyes. She's determined and tough in all the right ways. Tornado is a wild, unpredictable, and fast like a lightning bolt cutting across the summer sky. He's got orange-brown fur and a white strip in the shape of a lightning bolt running down his nose. On their own, they had raw talent. But under the care of Bobby and Phil, that talent became something more. Something electric. What Bobby and Phil managed to bring out in Ronnie and Tornado wasn't just skill. It wasn't just speed. It was a kind of magic, rare, powerful, and nearly impossible to contain. You could say it was like catching lightning in a bottle. But that's just the beginning. Chapter 1. Jerry the Gambler. Jerry Garcia had always believed life was a game of odds, and he played to win. He was the youngest of 4 brothers with black hair, dark brown eyes, a full beard, and eyeglasses. Jerry was born into a tough household where nothing came easy. At age 5, he lost his right middle finger in a wood chopping accident. His older brother John was swinging the axe. One missed log later, and Jerry was rushed to the ER screaming, his hand wrapped in a towel soaked with blood. Afterward, in the hospital, John sat by his bed, face pale with guilt. "You're going to be okay, little brother," he said quietly, trying to smile. "As long as you're alive, you're still a winner." Those words stuck with Jerry throughout every twist and turn in his life. By his teens, the kids in the neighborhood had nicknamed him the Four-Fingered Bandit. Jerry didn't mind. He made it a part of his story. He learned to use what he had, not focus what he didn't. That attitude would take him further than anyone expected. In college, fate, or maybe luck, dealt him his best hand yet. He met Lexis Toronto at freshman orientation at the University of Houston. She had a radiant smile, a sharp mind, and a stubborn streak that matched his own. They were assigned to the same group for a campus scavenger hunt. "You're pretty fast with numbers," she said, watching him solve a riddle. Jerry grinned. "I'm studying accounting." "Figures," she replied, chuckling at her own joke. They were inseparable after that. 15 years later, they were still in love, still laughing. They lived with Lexis's parents, Jane and Leo Toronto, on the family's 5-acre horse ranch in Tomball, Texas. Jerry commuted to his accounting job in downtown Houston. Lexis, always the patient one, taught math at Tomball Junior High School. Their daughter, Ronnie, was the heartbeat of their world, an energetic, horse-obsessed girl with her mother's sharp wit and her father's calculating eye. Jerry's secret pleasure? Slot machines. Every Friday and Saturday night, he and Lexis made the drive to Nesquila Casino in Livingston. For Jerry, gambling wasn't about luck, it was about reading patterns, understanding behavior, and knowing when to walk away. Only a fool chases a cold machine, he often told Lexus. You sure it's not the other way around? She'd tease, nudging him when he lingered too long at the slot machines. But Jerry had rules. He never lost more than $1,000 in a night, and if he won big, Lexus cashed out immediately and locked the winnings in their purse. He was good, scarily good. $10,000 wins became common. Some nights it went higher, $25,000 from a single jackpot. Lexus started keeping track quietly, stashing the winnings in a locked suitcase under their bed. One weekend, while sipping drinks at the casino bar, they met Phil Lesh, a wiry man with a sun-leathered skin and kind eyes. He wore a faded denim jacket with horse stitched into the back. You folks local? Phil asked, raising his glasses. We live in Tomball, Lexus replied, always the friendlier of the two. Phil's eyes lit up. Horse country. I used to train thoroughbreds out there. Jerry leaned in. Really? My in-laws have a ranch. We've never raced, though. You should, Phil said, fishing a business card from his wallet. If you ever think about buying a racehorse, give me a call. I don't charge much anymore. Just like to keep my boots in the dirt. Jerry took the card. Curiosity sparked. Over time, the idea of owning a racehorse grew into something more than a casual thought. He began researching bloodlines and trainers, asking Phil questions during their casino chats. Phil's eyes always lit up when he talked about horses. There's a magic in a good horse, he once said, but you gotta know how to light the fuse. Jerry liked the sound of that, but he didn't realize just how much they had saved until his 50th birthday. That evening, Lexus brought out a cake with white frosting and a bright red lettering that read, $250,000. Jerry blinked, confused. What's this, a joke? Lexus pulled the key from her pocket and opened the nearby closet. She stepped aside to reveal a silver suitcase. Inside were rows of crisp $100 bills. We've been saving your winnings, she said with a smile. Every last one. Happy birthday! Jerry stared at the suitcase, stunned. Lex, this is $250,000. She nodded. I figured it was time you had a dream worth betting on. He pulled her into a hug, his voice thick. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. She kissed his cheek. I know. That night, they sat on the porch under the Texas stars, dreaming out loud. A filly or a colt? Lexus asked. Colt, Jerry said immediately. Fast, strong, full of fire. And a trainer? Jerry pulled out Phil's card from his wallet. Already got one in mind.